In our last video, we proved that the Great Pyramid should not exist. This wasn't just a claim. It was a conclusion drawn from the hardest evidence. The math was impossible. The alignment was impossible. The hidden chambers were real. We showed you the proof that mainstream history tries to ignore. And millions of you watched, but hundreds of you left the same comment, asking one burning question. What about the Sphinx? People wanted to know if the same mystery applied to the silent guardian of Giza. So today we answer that, and I am going to warn you right now, brace yourself for the facts. What you are about to hear is not theory. It is not some wild speculation from the fringes. It is documented, verified, confirmed by experts, by geologists, and by physics itself. And it is the most suppressed discovery in the history of archaeology. A secret hiding in plain sight. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, the link is up in the corner. You need that context to see the full picture. Go watch that first and come back. For those who are ready, let's go underground. Let's dig deeper. But in front of you, crouching in the sand, is something that almost nobody talks about in detail. The pyramids rise behind you, massive, impossible, silent. They dominate the horizon with their weight. But in front of you, crouching in the sand, is something that almost nobody talks about in detail. The Great Sphinx of Giza, a monument that defies the standard narrative of human evolution. The largest monolithic statue ever created by human hands. It wasn't built brick by brick. It is 73 meters long and 20 meters tall, a colossus shaped from a single block of earth, carved directly from the living bedrock of the plateau itself. It is part of the mountain. One continuous piece of rock, shaped into a lion's body with a human face, a hybrid of power and wisdom, staring east, watching the sunrise every single morning. For thousands of years, it has not moved. We were taught it was built around 2500 BCE. Every school, every museum says the same thing. They say it was built during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre. But here is where the official story begins to collapse. There is not a single ancient Egyptian inscription that mentions the Sphinx being built, not one in all of history. Think about what that means. Ancient Egypt documented everything. They were obsessed with record-keeping. They carved records into temple walls. They listed the names of every single worker on their sites. They recorded the amounts of food delivered to construction sites. Every detail was accounted for. They listed the exact number of bricks used in minor buildings that were tiny compared to this. And yet, for the largest statue in their entire history, complete silence. Not a word from the scribes. No architect named, no pharaoh taking credit, no ceremony recorded in any temple. Why is it missing? And then, there is the face. They tell us it's Khafre, but looking closer reveals a different truth. In 1993, forensic scientists, specialists who reconstruct faces for criminals, analyzed the Sphinx. They compared the Sphinx face to confirmed statues of Khafre. Their conclusion was unambiguous and shocking. Built by survivors of a lost civilization, people who fled a great catastrophe. In 1991, 60 years later, radar revealed a rectangular chamber. The Egyptologists who received this report have never responded to it. They just tucked it away. Not one rebuttal, not one counter-analysis from the academic community, just deafening silence. But the face is just the beginning. What is underneath the Sphinx is what they are truly hiding. In 1991, a geologist named Robert Schoch traveled to Giza. He wasn't there for legends. He was not a conspiracy theorist. He was a professor of geology at Boston University, a man of data. He went to look at the rock, just the rock. No myths, just chemistry and physical evidence. What he found changed everything. He saw erosion patterns that shouldn't exist in a desert. It was not wind erosion, it was not sand erosion. Wind creates horizontal scouring lines. It was water erosion, deep vertical channels carved into the limestone by liquid. This was caused by prolonged heavy rainfall over thousands of years, constant, drenching rain. The last time that region received heavy sustained rainfall was between 10,000 and 7,000 BCE. That means the Sphinx was not built in 2500 BCE. It couldn't have been. It's geologically impossible. Here is why that is impossible. The Giza plateau has been desert for over 7,000 years. For 7 millennia, there has been no significant rain. It is one of the driest places on Earth. The last time that region received heavy sustained rainfall was between 10,000 and 7,000 BCE. That means the Sphinx was not built in 2500 BCE. It couldn't have been. It's geologically impossible. It was built before 7,000 BCE at the absolute minimum. That's the floor of its age. That makes it at least 9,000 years old, possibly 12,000, centuries before civilization began. When Schoch presented this at the Geological Society of America, the geologists accepted it. When Egyptologists heard it, they rejected it immediately. They didn't even look at the rocks. They offered no geological counterargument, no alternative scientific explanation for the channels. Just rejection, because accepting it would mean admitting something truly terrifying to them. That someone built the Sphinx 7,000 years before Egyptian civilization supposedly even started. And that someone has been completely erased from history. We don't even know their name. Stay with me, because now we go underground, where the real secrets are buried. And what we find down there will disturb you far more than anything we have covered so far. In 1978, a team from Stanford Research Institute used ground-penetrating radar to scan the area. They wanted to see what was beneath the Sphinx. What the radar showed should not have been there. A network of tunnels and chambers deep beneath the bedrock, running under the body. The largest chamber appeared directly beneath the Sphinx itself, right in the center. It was rectangular, approximately 9 meters by 12 meters, a perfect man-made shape. Sealed, unknown, untouched for millennia, it was the discovery of a lifetime. The Egyptian Antiquities Organization was informed immediately, and then things changed. All scanning was stopped. Equipment was removed from the site under heavy guard. The team was escorted off the site. The results were classified and hidden from the public. Discovery, removal, silence. It's a pattern we see over and over again in Giza. And just like the hidden chambers inside the Great Pyramid, which we covered in Part 1, the link is up in the corner if you missed it. The same pattern repeats itself today. In the 1990s, a Japanese team from Waseda University received official permission to scan. They used more advanced technology. They found the same tunnels, the same hidden chambers, and additional passages leading toward the Great Pyramid, a whole underground network. Their equipment was confiscated. Their permits were canceled within just 48 hours of discovery. They were permanently banned from Egypt. Why stop scientists from doing science? The same discovery, the same response. But here is what nobody ever asks. Look at the logic. You do not ban scientists for finding nothing. You ban them when they find too much. He made a very specific claim while in a trance. He spoke of a secret room. He said that beneath the right paw of the Sphinx lay a hidden chamber, exactly there, built by survivors of a lost civilization, people who fled a great catastrophe, containing the complete written record of everything that civilization knew, all their secrets. He called it the Hall of Records, a library of a forgotten age, waiting to be found. In 1991, 60 years later, radar revealed a rectangular chamber. It was directly beneath the right paw, exactly where he said. Impossible accuracy. Researchers immediately applied for excavation permits. Every single application was denied. No reason was ever given, no scientific justification, just a no that lasted decades. The chamber has never been opened. Nobody has ever been inside in modern times. The organization that controls Giza is not just a government department, it's private, with connections to powerful groups that control what is, and what is not, found. In 2002, a live television event was broadcast worldwide. Millions of eyes were on Giza. Behind it, another sealed door. The broadcast ended. The cameras were turned off. Hundreds of millions of people watched. The door was opened. And then, the twist. Behind it, another sealed door. The broadcast ended. The cameras were turned off. That second door has never been opened. And nobody in mainstream media has asked why. This is where you have a choice. Accept the official story, or look at the evidence. 2 radar teams banned, researchers removed, tunnels sealed with concrete. Think for yourself. A chamber confirmed, never opened. Ask yourself one simple question: what are they protecting? In 1935, archaeologist Émile Barrès documented a network of tunnels while clearing sand. His permits were revoked within 48 hours. No explanation, just get out. The Sphinx shows water erosion from at least 7,000 years ago, geologically proven. Something existed on this earth long before Egyptian civilization, something powerful. So sophisticated, it understood astronomy, mathematics, and engineering beyond our belief. And then it disappeared, perhaps in a great flood, a global catastrophe, the kind described in over 200 separate ancient cultures across every continent. And beneath it, they buried everything, every record, every map, all their knowledge. The question is no longer whether it exists. The radar answered that. Will we be allowed to open it? The tunnels are real, the chambers are confirmed, the cover-up is documented in the records. Somewhere beneath the paws of the oldest statue on Earth, a door is waiting to be opened. If you missed part 1, the link is up in the corner. Watch it after this. It's essential. Subscribe to Docuvoria because some doors, once opened, cannot be closed again. Stay curious.